I have been failing in life for the past 10 years. I'm not exactly sure why I need to make this video, but something inside of my heart is telling me that I should. So, story time. Growing up, I never really did too well in school, throughout grade school and high school. I always just kind of skated by. I wasn't terrible and I wasn't the best, right? I was probably just average. And then near the end of high school, that's when people started asking, well, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to go to college? What kind of job do you want to get? And I didn't really know. I always knew that I wanted to help people, but I didn't know what path, that would lead me down. So when it came time to apply to college, senior year, I was having a lot of issues with, family. And I didn't really apply anywhere. So I ended up going to community college and then eventually transferring in to a 4-year university. And during this time, I followed that path more of wanting to help people by pursuing teaching. First, I wanted to just be a teacher. Then eventually, while I was in college, I saw some of my professors and I really respected them. I wanted to become a college professor like them. So I ended up studying psychology and specialized in neuropsychology at a very good school. And I started trying, I started really putting effort in my life. And I succeeded. I ended up graduating, with almost a 4.0, straight A's, perfectly straight A's for those of you that don't understand the GPA system in the USA. Pretty much straight A's, the highest marks you can get, right? It was a 3.96. I remember I got an A- in one of my neuropsychology courses, and to this day it always eats me up. And I can explain why in another video if necessary as to why I got that. But anyway, so, I get these good grades, I graduate highest honors, I'm very excited, I'm doing well. I was bodybuilding at the time. I met a very good friend of mine in college, and he taught me how to go on the fitness journey with him, and I completely transformed my body from looking like a total scrub to actually having a good physique. All of this happened during my college years, and I was succeeding, I was doing well. And granted, I had financial help from my parents, and I thank them. I'm very thankful for that, to pay for the college. But I never really was too concerned about money in life. Well, after graduating, and getting out into the workforce and getting my own place, I realized quickly, no, not too quickly actually, I was still kind of, in dreamland, I guess you could say, about money. But I was living on my own, paying my way, paying my own bills. But after many years of doing that, I realized how hard it was. Also, I wanted to pursue a PhD in psychology. I have to mention this, it's very important. So I did all the necessary work to do so, to go to graduate school. I went to a good school for college, but for the PhD, I wanted to go to the best in the world to study psychology, to study the mind and human behavior, so that I could teach as a professor. So I had the grades, right? Good. You also need 4 things essentially to go to university for a PhD in the United States. Amazing grades, lots of research, academic research, letters of recommendation, 6 letters of recommendation from doctors, from PhDs. They can't just be from anybody. They have to be from PhDs that know you and that have worked with you. And then finally, you need to do exceptionally well on this one test, this graduate record exam called the GRE. So I only had one at the time, right? I had the great grades. So I started doing research. I started volunteering at 3 universities, very well-known universities, one of them being, like I said, the best in the world. Volunteering for free, and I did this for years, for many years, I think at least 3 years, volunteered my time while I was not working. During work, I was still working, but on my days off or any time that I had free time, after work, I was doing research at these universities, and I did well. I ended up getting published in no less than 3 peer-reviewed journal articles, right? And I was very proud of myself. Okay, so now I have that. Then the third piece to the puzzle was the letters of recommendation. Well, I had some professors from my university, then I had some other professors that I did research with. So there you go, I had all 6 professors, PhDs, doctors, writing me letters to get me in. I was super excited. The last piece to the puzzle was this stupid test, right? And long story short, I didn't study very well for the test, and I ended up just doing average to a little bit above average on the test. I had everything else. All my ducks were in a row except this one exam, which, by the way, is just a general exam. It has nothing to do with the material that I want to study to become a doctor, a PhD. Nothing to do with it at all. Zero. It's just a random, conglomeration of information that you need to know. Terrible test. I never respected it. That's why I didn't study for it, because I didn't think it was very important. And it turns out that it's not. But at the time, apparently it was. And I didn't get in. I didn't get into, the PhD program. And I applied like 3 times. Never got in. So that's 3 years, kept going to research, kept volunteering my time, making $0. Not a penny was made during all this time. And it ended up being almost a waste in the end. So I didn't get in. And then, I took a year off of applying to go to grad school because I didn't want to settle, right? I didn't want to settle and go to some random school. I wanted to go to a particular school and study a particular program at that school. So I did some research about a year after I stopped applying. And I was looking on their page on everything just to kind of, dream about it and think about how awesome it would be to go. And I don't see anything about the test anymore. I don't see that they require the GRE anymore. And I'm laughing to myself. It's like, you're joking, right? The year after I stop applying to go to your school, you take it off of the application process. It's no longer necessary. So I called them up and I asked the application team if this was true. And indeed it was. Indeed it is true. You don't need the GRE anymore to get into this program. And that is the one thing that I was lacking. Like I said, I had everything else that the school was looking for, but I didn't get accepted because of this one exam. Because I did good in the exam, I didn't do the best of the best in the exam. Oh, it eats me up to this day. So, I fail with that. And I've always, so that's, the academics, right, and everything. So I was just working terrible, shitty jobs that I hated, that I didn't like, that I continue to do so to this day. And I was like, okay, well, I know a lot about video games. I love video games. I'm pretty good at them. Let me open a YouTube channel about gaming. And that was about 8.5 years ago, coming up on also 10 years. So I opened this up, the Lion of Truth, because I'm all about truth. I hate lies and deceit, right? And I've been called the Lion. It's been my nickname since I was in 8th grade. So the name really fit for me, personally. So I open up this channel, start uploading my gameplay clips, walkthroughs, highlights, boss battles, you name it, right? And over the course of all those years, it was 7 years of doing that with that channel. Never got monetized. It was just near the 6th year of doing that channel, I was able to get monetized. I finally got over the 1,000 subscriber mark so that I could apply for monetization on YouTube. So I do so. I'm super excited when I get that notification, that I can apply to start making money with my videos that I've worked so hard for. I upload it almost every day. There are thousands of videos. That channel is still up. There are thousands, I think 3,000 videos on that channel uploaded every day, multiple times a day sometimes, with some, of all of my heart and my passion was poured into that channel. So when I got the notification that I can apply to get monetized, oh my God, you can imagine how happy I was. Like finally, something is working out for me where I can start to make money here, doing what I love, which is very important. Well, I apply to get monetized on YouTube. And can you guess what happens? I get denied. And then they have an appeal process where you can send them a 5-minute video why you should get monetized, why their decision was wrong. So guess what? I spent the next year of my life, 12 months, I appealed their decision, and every single month I reapplied and got denied every time. And you can't talk to anyone at YouTube, okay? You can't communicate with anyone. They don't have a help team unless you're already monetized. See how that works? Very interesting. So, you know, I kept making videos and I'm like, is anyone actually watching these videos? Or are you just sending it to an algorithm and just automatically denying me every time without even looking at the video, looking at my appeal? And the reason was, the automatic response always was, you don't have original content, it's reused content. Well, you guys can imagine, I applied 12 times, I'm changing things on my channel, I'm deleting videos that are mine. I had like 30-second clips, 1-minute clips of videos that weren't mine, right? So I deleted that, I rearranged things, kept applying, got denied every single time. And I went through and I actually did the math one time because I was so upset about it. I went through all of my videos and did the math and added it up, how much of my channel was my content, original content versus reused content. 99.99% of my videos and my content was my own. And I got denied for that 0.001%. 0.01%. Are you kidding me? Then what makes me so upset about this whole situation in my life personally is how I see people out there that make millions. They make so much money with no original content. You have people out there, I don't want to name names, but they just sit and react to videos. They just sit and react to other people's content that is purely 99.9% not their content, not original, and they get monetized and they make millions of dollars. Meanwhile, I'm not trying to make millions, that would be great, but I would just like to make a living on this, right? Make a living so that I can afford to feed myself and pay my own bills. No, they wouldn't even allow me to monetize my channel with my own pure original content. But I see everyone else out there uploading trash, uploading pure, unadulterated garbage, and they make millions, not hundreds or thousands, but they are multi-millionaires. It angers me to my core, to my heart, and my soul, you guys. So, yeah, after a year of doing that, I essentially gave up, and I never give up on like anything. I just kind of lost hope. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna keep applying over and over to get rejected. So I started talking to my friend, the guy who got me into bodybuilding back, you know, it was 12 years ago or 11 years ago at the time. And he's making a good living on YouTube, makes great money. And I was talking to him, just venting to him about my situation. And he's like, well, you know, there are certain rules you need to follow, like to the T, if you want to get monetized and make money in this, you know, social media thing. And I know that's complete bullshit because I see people who break all of these rules from the beginning, not when they're successful, but from the beginning they break these rules and they get monetized, you know? So I guess it was just bad luck of the draw for me with that channel. I don't know. But you know what? I said, okay, I'm gonna follow every single thing that this guy says. I'm gonna listen to him to the T because he's making money. He's making lots of money on YouTube. He's successful and I'm not. So swallow your pride, lion. Listen to him. Do what he says. So that's what I've been doing. And that's why this new channel is here and it doesn't have, you know, it only has a couple hundred videos versus my other channel that has thousands of videos that I've been uploading for the past almost 10 years. It's like 8.5 years. So that's really it. In this past, it's been almost a year. I want to say 6 months, but it's been closer to a year. It's been like 8 or 9 months that I've been uploading on this channel. Really only a few months I've been doing it consistently. I'm finally getting into a groove here. I'm focusing on short form content with gaming news. But, you know, I'm uploading on every social media platform that I can get my hands on, right? I'm just trying to get my word, get my content out there for people to see. And it's tough, man, it's tough. Yes, I am seeing growth and, you know, things have been better on this newer channel. but it still makes me very upset because I go online every day and I see people that make, just trash, awful content. I don't know what else to say. And they make lots of money and they get thousands and thousands of views and hundreds of likes, and it's very disheartening to put your heart and soul and your passion into something and try to adjust it over the course of a decade, and you're still not making anything. Can you imagine doing something that you love, doing something that you're passionate about for 10 years, 10 plus years, and you never make a dime off of it? I'm still just as broke as I've ever been. I still have to work a shitty job that I can't stand while making no money at all on the social media, while I see people being incredibly successful, and I'm jealous. I am jealous. Truly, I am. And for the people that work really hard that make their money on the socials, they have all my respect in the world. Like my friend, he busts his ass every day to make the content that he does, and it's great content. So he deserves to be where he is. I have no qualms, no problem with that. Is when I see people that just do reaction videos or just literally re-upload other people's videos with them staring at the camera watching, it boils my blood. It boils it, man. It's like, okay, fine, if you want to pay them and have them be making money, okay. Why can't I make a little bit? I don't need to be as rich or as, successful. That's fine. I just want to be able to live. I just want to make enough to live and pay my bills, doing what I love. But it hasn't panned out. It has not panned out. One thing I can promise you is that I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up with this. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep learning, keep getting better, and see where this path leads. And you know what? If I have to spend my whole life like this, failing, so be it, man. It's like when I'm stuck on a boss in Elden Ring or God of War or any of these games that I play, and I just keep getting my ass handed to me. I keep getting destroyed. What am I going to do? Just give up and quit? No, I'm going to keep learning, keep getting better, studying how to improve, and then overcome that obstacle. And I haven't met a boss yet that has taken me down that I can't beat. So this is just like a boss to me. The social media thing is like a boss. It's just like a very weird, difficult, but sometimes for other people, it's on easy mode, whereas for me, I'm on hardcore madhouse difficulty on Resident Evil 7. Just absurdly difficult of a boss for me, personally. So that's really it. I have no script. I just had these thoughts in my head here, needed to get them out and speak my mind, speak my heart to you guys. For anybody that watches this, right? Because who knows, it might not get pushed to anyone because of the luck that I've had, combined with, lack of effort. But now I'm really trying. I'm really putting my work in here with these socials I upload every day and to different socials, and I'm following the formula, I'm following the format to the best of my ability, and hopefully I'm only going to improve as time goes on, but we'll see. We'll see.